How often we wear an oversized shirt over our jeans and what it does for our legs. So this is a sort of quite oversized shirt, and I've got a narrow jean, but it's slightly cropped. So when it's slightly cropped and I see some ankle, and also there's a split here, I find it works, all right, because there's just a break. And then to stop it looking overpowering, I might just put the sleeves up like that. So it's still oversized, but you're getting your wrists and your ankles out in the look, versus this down and the jean doing that and closed.
Oh yeah.
Do you see? It's because you don't see any delicate parts of me. It just feels a little bit frumped.
Yeah, it does look like you've just put the shirt on top of jeans.
It's talking about how we make things intentional. I'm now going to show you the merit of taking oversized shirts and treating them as jackets, and why we should all be doing that more. So I've got my favorite Zara t-shirt with shoulder pads, and I'm putting this on underneath because I want the shirt to look more like a jacket, so I want to give it the appearance of shoulder pads. And this is crucial when you're going to wear a shirt over jeans, but you want it to look like a jacket. One thing I would consider doing is taking off the collar. I have a very long, thin, at some stage will be scrawny neck, and I just feel having that open, when a shirt is open, it's big on me, that collar.
Yeah.
And even if I had it open, but I had it as a mandarin collar, it feels like I'm not being overwhelmed by it. And I think collars and cheekbones and cheek shape have a lot to do with each other. So if you have quite a broad jaw and you have quite strong cheekbones or chubby, lovely cheeks, I think collars work because you've got structure here to match the structure of a shirt collar. But if, like me, you're slightly narrow here without a strong jaw feature, then I don't want something to overpower it. So that's why for me this works better.
Yeah, I prefer it like this.
Yeah, and you could do that also with the shirts you wear as a jacket. I still think should have a arch here, because it's going to not, if everything was the same length, it just shortens your leg. But when you have a shorter bit and a longer bit, it allows for that elongation.
Yeah, your eye is really drawn up to that.
Yeah, so I think again with this one, I'm going to make it that.
Oh.
It's just better. And then also when I do up the one button,
Yes.
I like the one button done up at the top.
Also, it's a very easy hack. You don't have to cut anything.
Yeah, it is.
You can change your mind.
I can tuck it in. The reason I do this look is that it frames your face.
Yeah.
And if something's open, it stops framing your face, and it's just a loose, slightly messier look.
But I love wearing shirts as jackets. It's really
It's
cool.
a good one, isn't it? So just think of all your shirts as jackets, get a shoulder pad top, and have a play. So this is a very new jean to my collection, and I was in two minds about getting it. It's like there's something that really benefits my body shape in this and something that doesn't. So from the front, the low waist makes me think, is that okay? Are my legs long enough?
Yeah.
But from the side, because the jean doesn't go in under my bottom, you don't know how low, my bottom is here, and you don't know how low it is. Because if you look at my bottom from there to the end, you think those are quite short legs.
Yeah.
But because you don't know where my bottom is, it actually just starts from here.
And it's a great pocket placement. They're very flattering.
Yes, they are, aren't they? Because some pocket placements are down
I
there.
know, I hate that.
Yeah, this kind of lifts my bum by the pocket placement because it's on the rise as opposed to the fall of my arse.
Yeah. Where are they from, Trinny?
These are Zara, I just got them.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were going to say somewhere really expensive.
I know. And also I might even, because I got that there and it's summer and stuff, before the evening meal when my tummy will pop, I do feel, could I show this off? And I know this is high debate in the Trinny tribe of like, Trinny, get that crop top back in, but I'm having a midlife crisis with it and I'm working out a lot. So this normally would be there, but if you want to make a very gentle crop, you can take the bottom of your t-shirt and put it into your bra, and then you can pull it down to wherever you want it to be. So that, actually, I don't know, do I like the proportionality of this?
I think that hemline needs to be shown. It's fun.
This hemline?
Yeah.
I personally go more cropped.
You would go more
controversial.
Controversial, let's see. How cropped can I go? That, I agree with you. You know why that works, which is interesting, is that because I've removed the obvious meeting point of my waist, I'm making you for a second feel that I've got a really high waist because I've ended this here, and I've got long enough legs that I can wear this here.
Yeah. If you're going to do a crop, you're going to do a crop.
Just commit to the crop.
Yeah, but you know what I'm doing right now as I'm talking? Holding in my stomach.
No.
Do you sense I work out more than I do?
Okay, for ladies who would never do this,
Yeah.
would you still wear that striped top?
Absolutely. Because it's sleeveless, but it's oversized sleeveless, it gives the impression my shoulders go on longer. And because it's a big armulet, it will make your arm, if you're uncomfortable a little bit about your arms, appear smaller because it's not grabbing your arm like that. It's
true.
giving space around it. So you go, oh, my arms feel more toned, and they will feel more toned. And the stripes are going across, so it will broaden your top half. So if you look at me like that,
Yeah.
okay, there, and see the impression of that,
Yeah.
and then see that, you see what it did for my shape? Because this is now sloped and not so good, not such good shape.
Great tips.
What did we talk about at the beginning?
The drain pipe.
Yeah, and this is a drain pipe. Would I wear this now? I mean, I've got to think, how do I take that to be something more flattering? Because I love the concept that this is a silver jean. I'm first of all going to put on my shoulder pad because I don't do anything about it. But I'm going to do this with silver because I think that if you're doing a mad coloured jean, I love it that you keep the colour the same all the way through. You might be tempted to clash colours, but jeans can be very forgiving or very unforgiving, and if they're unforgiving, you need to do everything to compensate and do things to make your body feel that it has that wonderful flow between your top half and your bottom half. So I'm just going to do that.
Especially with metallics.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking, what's making this feel squat to me is the fact I don't see my ankle. I'm very into showing a bit of ankle so I can get some width into the jean. Do that. Okay. So I'm doing that as an idea.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep the silver down, just for a summery look.
Yeah.
I've hardly worn these clergerie, and I'm thinking, well, am I going to wear clergerie, you know? To me, that doesn't work.
Is it because they're black at the bottom?
I don't know. I could do that, but that also feels to me a little bit old-fashioned. I don't know. It's sort of showing the shape and everything, but there's something that I don't like about it. And I could just do a white trainer. And I think seeing too much of my foot didn't work. I can't tell you why it didn't work.
Truly, some women look amazing in skinny jeans though. Who can wear these?
I think if you have a fantastic pair of legs, skinny jeans can look great on you. So then it's just a question of, do they now make you feel old-fashioned?
Yeah.
Or do you feel that you've worn them for so long and you're thinking, how can you expand what jeans mean to you? How do you take jeans from being a uniform to an outfit?
That's what you're here to tell us.
This outfit look.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. I do quite like that. Really oversized. I might pull that up like that. I think if this was a black or white top with a black shoe, it would be very different from my really leaning into the shade of the silver. I have one pair of what I call a skinny jean in a normal shade. And the reason I like these is they're high-waisted. I did like this as a look, and I did it in the winter with a boot.
Trinny, have you got the right shoes on?
Yeah, I want to show you something which I find interesting and just, it's a point. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a top on to make this point better. I think everyone should have their favourite blue jean jumper. This one is from Future. If you're doing a skinny jean nowadays, if you wear a sort of elegant little bootie, that makes it look more classic.
Yeah.
So if you ground it with some chunkiness, it works. But it's whether you want to show your ankle or not. So if you don't show your ankle, your leg will look longer because you're not breaking the flow. It makes my leg look much longer.
Yeah.
But having a little bit of that showing, if it was a bit shorter, I also quite like, because I think it's sort of cool. But this does make my leg look better.
Yeah, I prefer this size.
You do, yeah.
Yes.
These are from Veronica Beard, these jeans, and I think what works with them is they're not quite strangulating my ankle. So strangulation would be, there would be no potential for a little kick.
Yes.
It would just be like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? There.
That's a nice way to get out of super skinny jeans.
Yeah, just start going from that to a bit of that.
Yeah.
Little inch on either side to give something different from that.
Yeah, especially if you're going to places where you don't want to wear a huge flare or kind of...
Yeah, you want to be subtle in what you're wearing. All right, so with these, let's do some classic things that people might do. So this is a about where shirt should end with your body shape. So curved shirt, but it ends above my crotch, which if done up will elongate that length
Yes.
and not the length below. Even though I've got a really chunky boot on, but if I just took that off, you just see how you just measure that length, because you've lost my waist to kind of bring my leg up.
Especially because you've got that pattern.
Yeah, and a bib shirt with a contrasting colour, you might think it's difficult to find. I got this from one place. I have one from Zara, which is sort of white here. And like this one's Serena Butte. So that, when we talked about that necklace at the beginning, giving you a V-neck, you can also do things where you have this kind of stuff going on in the middle.
Yeah. Still
have them done up if you've got bigger boobs, but it gives that separation at the front. So with this, I would tuck a bit in, and I might do a half tuck.
Yeah.
And this is a very, very good shirt to do a half tuck, because when you do a half tuck, do the inside bit of the shirt, not the outside bit. So this drapes beautifully. And then you'll feel that gentle protection we talk about a bit if somebody's self-conscious about their tummy, but you don't lose the length of your leg.
Yeah, that's a great tip. You tuck the buttons.
Yeah, I tuck the buttons. This is probably an 8 or 10-year-old Chloe shirt, but I love the fact that it's denim and silk. It's one of my favourite shirts. If I travel, it always goes in my hand luggage.
That's such a quick, easy fix, isn't it?
Easy. So I think we've just about done jeans. I mean, I've shown you some different shapes, and I hope that you've managed to get a sense of things you can do. But if you've been very classic, just maybe think, how can you be more adventurous? If you feel frumpy in jeans, think, how can you use necklaces or shapes of tops to give you that separation in your upper half so it gives you back your shape? Think about where tops land in terms of their waist and where your jean rise is, and you want them to have a good relationship with each other. So if I'm low-waisted, I can afford to take my waist up to here, but not up to there. And if you're high-waisted, you can't take your waist too low, but you could take it a little bit lower than the jean, just to bring it down and reproportion it. So going back to you, Jemima, maybe if you have any very, very high-waisted jean, you might decide, do I go just to here?
Yeah.
And then if I have a top, does it go a little bit over and fit me on the waist? Or do I tuck it in and wear a belt?
Yeah, I've got some homework to do.
Some homework to do. All right, ladies, thank you for watching.